Where we lock and load, Allen Powers. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powers Show. Yeah. Where we lock and load. Come on.
This is the Allen Powers Show. This is the first time that we are on air since the big news came across of Kawhi Leonard joining the Clippers. But before we get into all of that, let's introduce the panel for the evening. To my right, Cinco.
Yeah, we hip.
What is that?
I'm starting off happy today, man. We got a lot of happy stuff to talk about today.
Need to be tested, man.
Mr. Tell the Truth back in the building, man.
All facts all day, man. Sexual chocolate is in the building.
Oh, jeez.
Man, sexual. This
That
is
used to be
gospel.
my-
This is a gospel
That
station.
used to be my Black Planet name.
Who, Black, oh, gee,
Black Planet?
I definitely remember Black Planet.
Yeah, that
I
was-
used to have the music playing in the background. Like, oh, yeah. That's what's up. And our special guest of the evening, she's the owner of Cafe Fresco, definitely a friend of the show, pillar of the community. She's doing a lot of things. She's doing a lot of great things. Brianne Zolfo's in the building. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
She knows us.
Outnumbered.
Why you say that?
I'm the only girl in the room.
What you need? You want more women on the show?
Yeah.
There's a couple
Can
more
you?
ladies in different
bring 'em in
rooms
here.
in the
Go
building.
find some in the building.
We got a producer. We got a producer right there. There go.
She got to make her feel comfortable. Come on in here.
Yeah. She's joining the show. She's going to tell us everything that she's got going on at her shop, all the stuff she's doing in the community. But she's also agreed to talk some sports with us. And so, with that being said, let's lock and load, people, and get into our number one question we asked the viewers before we give out the numbers.
You did a bad job with the camera, bro.
The bad job? Why you say that?
All you see is the top of your head.
Well, last time it was the back of his head.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
I
understand
seen
that.
So I raised it up a little bit.
I'm like, they didn't get most of the show.
I raised it up a little bit.
Okay.
But the number one question, and I didn't prep you for anything, but you got nothing to be nervous about. We family. So, but this determines what type of show we're gonna have. We can either have yeah. We can either have a happy, great show, or it can be
It's going to be a good show. Just ask the question.
is LeBron James the greatest basketball player of all time?
I've always liked LeBron James.
Wait a minute. Before you jump for joy and do all of that,
ahead,
she
go
just
ahead,
said she's always.
I feel like to have such a long career like he has and be like repeatedly good, it's
Thank you.
Why, you don't like LeBron?
No, that's not the question. The
they
question is
haters.
not for me.
They haters. They
The
LeBron
question is for
haters,
the
yes.
guests. No, the
How
question.
can you hate someone who's had that long of a career?
It's not about that he's not great. We recognize his greatness. It's just things about him that are very unlikable. The fact that he always has to have the best players in the NBA. He just tried to recruit Kawhi Leonard. He would have had Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James, 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA. So little parts about his personality.
Sounds smart, not sneaky.
No.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
But wait.
Thank you.
She
And he's a good
didn't
businessman.
It's a monopoly.
answer the question all the way. She didn't say yes or no. She just said she liked him. So I'm gonna go back to it one more time.
So I can change my answer. Is that what you're looking for?
No. I just want to hear. I guess I just want to hear a yes or no, a definitive.
Yes, I like LeBron James.
Yes, you like him, or yes, he's the greatest of all time.
I wouldn't say he's the greatest of all time. That's getting
Boom.
carried away.
That's good.
But he is
That's
a
how we
great
need to go.
player. He's
That's
a
it.
great
Thank you.
player.
Thank you. He's great.
Thank you. See, I knew.
I never said he was the greatest of all time.
No.
I never said he was the greatest of all time.
See, I knew that it was more to
You
that
changed the
answer.
question up though.
He did.
You usually
said,
ask,
"Are you a LeBron
"Are you a
James
LeBron
fan?"
James fan? That's,
That's what he used to ask, and he switched it up last week too.
that's supposed to be the second question.
What?
The first
He's
question
I'm
is, are you
definitely a
LeBron
fan. He's not the
so she's a
greatest.
fan, and
Yeah.
but she says.
Yeah.
So who you think the greatest is?
I mean, I always have a soft spot for Michael Jordan.
Boom.
hey, that is.
We all agree.
No, really. Like watching him all growing up
Yes.
was amazing.
Most
Like
definitely.
he was
It's a-
just so
I think that argument is dead.
It's
I think
not, though.
the only people who keep it alive are the analytics nerds who say he's the most efficient player ever, but
Who?
he's lost in the
Who's
finals.
efficient?
LeBron James.
Oh.
He's lost in the finals, 6 times?
But
It's
but
not an argument
the
anymore.
sportsologist just came to me today on the job.
Uh-huh.
Come to me. Oh, when it's all said and done, LeBron gonna have all his records, and
He is.
so what?
He is going to have all
the
the
records.
records.
Won
But it's
championships,
almost
though.
like the NFL. Like, you see...
He still won championships,
Can I finish
though.
my thought?
No.
You see quarterback throwing for, like, way more touchdowns than they have in the past because the game has changed. Basketball has changed.
Right.
You know, it's not physical anymore. There's not big man on the floor anymore. It's spaced out a lot more. It's a
Gotcha.
lot faster of a game. So you're going to have more points, more rebounds, more assists.
Gotcha. So look, you did good. You started off a little rough. I didn't know where it was.
myself?
You did.
Okay,
You
good.
did. You did, and I really appreciate that. But once again, we got Brienne Zofa, owner of Cafe Fresco, in the building with us. Now let's get into the big news that happened. I believe it was early Saturday morning, 2 a.m. I woke up and
Woke up like, what is going
what
on?
just happened?
Wake
They
at
doing
2
deals at
in the morning.
midnight.
No,
That's when the news broke. I was asleep.
They're on West Coast time.
Who's
So
awake at 2 in the morning?
Right.
people who make millions of dollars to make NBA deals and,
Holy cow.
and manage
Yeah.
Okay.
franchises. It was
But-
the weekend,
Okay.
too. So.
But 2 a.m. Saturday morning, we found out the news because he kept us in the loop for about 7 days. 7 days, we didn't know where Kawhi Leonard was going to go.
Right.
2 a.m. comes, breaking news, he goes to the Los Angeles Clippers.
Is that the $2.4 million contract?
2.4 million.
How, is this
No, it's about 140 for 4 years.
Yeah. 2 million was probably like in the 90s.
You should see some of the contracts being handed out.
We in the wrong business, ain't we?
That's how much Sean Kemp
Did you hear?
got for
They
about
were
5
talking
years.
about how crazy it was on NBA TV.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about how they went crazy when they heard Magic Johnson was making $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Now these players are making 40, 50.
A year. A year.
200.
But first that news broke, and then right after that, breaking news, Paul George
Yep.
traded to the Clippers.
What were you more shocked about? Were you more shocked about the Kawhi news or the Paul George news?
I was equally shocked at the same time.
Yeah.
Because Kawhi, if you listen to all the reports, they were saying Lakers and Toronto.
Yep.
Probably the Lakers. He's probably going to go to the Lakers.
You know what he did, right?
Who?
And it was a smart move.
Who?
I'm pretty sure that
He went to them.
he wanted to go to the Clippers
Right.
all around.
He just wanted
I
somebody
think
with
he
him.
held up the Lakers to kind of weaken them because they had to wait
Power
for
play.
free. Yeah, power play. So
Brianne, did you follow any of the NBA free agency or any of the Kawhi Leonard news? Did you follow any of it? Let me ask you a question.
I like watching the games. I
You like
love
watching,
watching the
but
games.
you don't like the I guess
like the
the
background
off
about it.
yeah.
that's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of become
I
like,
just like watching the games.
Yeah.
It's so intriguing.
but for people who like really follow it, like the off season, it's
Right.
kind of become like a game of its own.
Right, it is.
So many players move nowadays.
Yeah, Cinco, what did you think of the moves, brother?
I thought Kawhi played that real good, man. Like, he made everybody think one thing, and then he went another direction. You feel what I'm saying? And from what I read from sources, that he went to the Clippers and said, hey, he wanted to get Paul George.
Right.
So he told him, like, hey, if you get Paul George, then I'll come. You feel what I'm saying? So they made it happen. I think it's good.
It's like if Cafe Fresco was a free agent,
Right.
and somebody,
Starbucks at the
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But you was going to go to Dunkin' Donuts, but you flipped it on them.
Donuts is
Let-
good.
Right.
I lost a little bit of respect for Kawhi.
Why?
So are you
Because-
saying Kawhi is a sellout then?
No, this is what I'm saying. Let me finish.
But answer questions, man.
Go ahead.
We finally had a player because Kawhi's a superstar. He won a championship without a team full of superstars, a really good team. And I hate the fact that he had to go recruit another superstar to kind of keep the trend of what LeBron James started going.
What you want him to do? Go by himself?
I think he would have.
I mean, what a good trend.
No.
That is the trend.
Sounds like a good trend.
But hold on, he
It's
just said.
and that's why I respected him more.
If it works, go with it.
But he won the finals without him. Now, granted, he won because Golden State was injured. And I also think he wanted a guy like Paul George because he doesn't want to guard the best player every night, which I could understand.
But you just I don't understand that statement you just made because you said so you basically saying Kawhi beat Golden State by itself. That's what you're saying.
No, I said he was the lone superstar on the team.
But he got 2 All-Stars that's on that
He
team.
had an all-star-
Gasol and Lowry.
Job, I know you're a little slow.
No, I'm faster than you. Make your point right,
They're
brother.
different categories. All
look,
stars and superstars.
Let's give out these numbers just in case some people want to call in and tell us what they think of the news. You want to give out? You want to get on your job?
Oh yeah, man, I'm always on my job, man.
See how he like doing his
You get
job.
the right
Go ahead and call in, ladies and gentlemen. We got Suburbs 708-445-9922. We got Indiana 219-933-9922. We got Chicago, Chi-Town 773-288-9922 on WYCA Rejoice 102.3.
He gets really excited about doing that. Yeah, he
See, you like the
Give
delivery?
me my radio voice for the cafe.
You see that?
Yes.
Sponsor right there. Let's go.
She being nice.
Let's
man.
go.
Let's
being
go.
go.
Nice. She being nice.
She been she gonna be like she just met me. Thank you,
Exactly.
thank you
Best
for your.
If you don't know Brienne, she one of the nicest people
All day.
ever. She not.
She one nice.
If you was if you was horrible, if he was horrible, would you have told him he was horrible?
That's not a nice thing to say.
Would you have told him he was? Would you
I
have?
like him.
Would you have?
Thank you.
If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
So
That's
you
my
just-
motto.
Hey, now that she just made
So
a
I
point.
wouldn't say
She just why
anything
you
if I
trying
had
to
bad
you
things to
In your
say
head, you
about
be
it.
like, man, that's
See,
so.
you all need to
Yeah.
stop, man.
But in your head,
They
you like,
hating on LeBron on the show. They hating on Cinco. Come on, man.
We need to switch seats.
Yes, thank you.
if he was awful, she was like,
And stick together.
she was like, man, that show was awful, but I ain't gonna say it. Look, we got Brienne Zofo in the building. So look, y'all can call in if y'all want to talk about Kawhi, Russell Westbrook at the news. We're gonna talk a little bit with Brienne and see what she got going on and talk to her. So before we get into everything that you got going on with the shop and everything you got going on in the community, can you answer this? Did you play any sports coming up? Because this is a sports show, so we want to know. Yes.
Yeah, I played basketball.
You play basketball. What position did you play?
Well, it was up till middle school, so yeah, I just played.
You was guard.
She was an all-around player.
But let me tell you, my layup is awesome.
Your layup is awesome.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm
You
so
got a
good
finger
at
roll?
that. So good.
Do we
at
got
that.
any?
I hope your layup look better than Mr. Tell the Truth, because his layup
Oh, it looks
look
better than
jacked
anyone's.
up.
My layup.
Whoa!
I perfected.
You
it.
got some game? Do you still got
I
game
went to
right
basketball camp every summer.
now? So
Oh,
you
I
cut?
went-
So you
yeah.
got game?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Do
yeah.
you got any footage of?
Can we take this radio show outside? I need to show you my
we-
stuff.
Oh!
I need to show
Do
you
we got
my
a basketball somewhere around here?
Where's the
2-on-2. We
basketball?
gonna play 2-on-2.
Where's the basketball?
Jeez, so you still got some game right now?
Oh yeah. I
So
was
when
at
is
basketball.
Cafe Fresco gonna throw a basketball tournament or something?
We just played dodgeball. That was awesome.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that would have been
Awesome.
dope.
I love dodgeball.
So Brienne is an athlete.
I mean, let's not get crazy.
Okay, okay.
Myself an athlete.
I don't know the way you was talking about your layup. I don't know. It sounded pretty good. So I guess can you tell the listeners a little bit about you? Tell the people about Cafe Fresco. What are you all about?
So the cafe just had its 6th birthday last week.
Wow,
Crazy.
That's what's up.
wow, 6 years.
We had a big celebration, balloons, cake, everything. It was awesome.
Really?
So awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like it's my child. So like every year I have to have a birthday party for my child.
That
you
is
know?
Okay,
Like,
that's cool.
She's 6 years old now, and that's like a huge accomplishment.
That's
Definitely,
big.
yeah.
That's big. That is big.
It was awesome.
Congratulations. So tell the people what exactly like I'm a fan of the smoothies,
Yeah.
but you are a coffee shop.
Yeah. So now we have breakfast and lunch, and then we have smoothies, hot chocolate. Now we have frozen hot chocolate, which will change your life.
Frozen hot
Oh
chocolate.
my gosh,
Whoa.
it's so good.
Really?
It's made with our homemade hot chocolate.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So this is that for like for the summertime?
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Oh, I'm gonna have to come try
I
that
can't even believe.
because it's super hot outside right now.
It takes a long time to make because we make it in a huge pot.
Right.
But it's so worth. Oh my gosh,
Wow.
it's awesome.
Brienne Zofo in the building, owner of Cafe Fresco, 1 North Court, Street, Crown Point. Go check her out if you anywhere around the square in Crown Point. Go check her out.
And try that frozen hot chocolate, because when we said to me, she's describing it, she just looking off like in a daze, like, oh my
so
God,
good.
it's
Can't
so
believe.
it's gotta be good. She just
so
dazed off for like 5 seconds. She was looking at a wall with nothing on it. It's so good. It is. Hey, you gotta try it.
So, let me ask you another question about Cafe Fresco. You 6 years in now.
Yeah.
How did you get started? How did all of that come about?
So I bought the cafe from a guy in Sarasota, Florida. All the equipment. And I shipped it up to Crown Point, and then opened the cafe. I had owned the building for 3 years prior to that, and so then I moved all the stuff in the building, and there came Cafe Fresco.
That's a business
Right,
right there.
right,
It was
right.
crazy. I was so young. I bought the building when I was 21.
Wow.
So
Business
I was really
owner.
young when I did everything. But it's cool because now I'm
Dang.
31 and I have all this. I have the business,
Right.
the building, and
Right.
it's been awesome.
Wow. I guess so. So you a business owner at 21. So I guess what would
I
you?
grew up with my dad being a business owner.
So it was
I
in
feel
the
like
family.
that was inside of me. Like I was like, you either go to a job or you're going to be a business owner. And I was like, yeah, I don't want people to tell me what to do, so I'm going to be a business owner.
Facts. That's good.
That's smart.
That's
right there.
very smart. That's very smart. So so you started that. So let me ask you this, because you were the first business, so to say. You opened your doors up to us
Yeah,
before we were here.
good old days.
Yeah. I guess what were your first impressions when you heard what we were doing and heard what we were trying to do? What were your impressions about us? What was you
See,
thinking?
I love that because I love when the cafe's used for different things. Like I'm always like, oh, that's cool to use it for this.
Right.
Like people think of all these ideas. We had a wedding in there. And I
really?
always think it's like the coolest thing. Like, oh yeah, people want to use it for a radio station, or people want to use it for their wedding, or like anything they want to use it for. I'm like, that's cool.
That's what's
Like,
up.
that's really cool.
What makes you so opening to just open it to different avenues? A wedding, our show. What makes you so open minded like that? What?
Well, I feel like I want to be welcoming to everyone. Like that was the thing when I started the business, was like I wanted to be able to welcome everyone and anyone. I didn't want to have like some people aren't allowed or some types of things aren't allowed. I wanted to be completely open, like a community center, you know.
Right.
And that was my whole business when I started the cafe. I was like I wanted to be a community business, and I wanted to be focused on like the community, and they just use it as they please. And it's like some place that people know they can use if they have a radio show or they have like a meeting or they have a business something.
Right.
And they know they can always come to Cafe Fresco and use it for that.
Wow, that's good. Once again, Brian Zofa, owner of Cafe Fresco, in with the Allen Pals on Rejoice 102.3.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the open mic you had. The open mic you had.
Awesome. That was so
She had an open mic. I debuted. I debuted my stand-up comedy.
You were hilarious. It was so funny. The people kept asking for an
Are you
encore.
just being nice?
Again,
So
I think she's just
awesome.
being nice this
No,
time.
it was so
Oh, now she being nice.
No, because they asked for an encore. They wanted
what?
to keep
Oh,
going.
okay,
I
so-
was like, he was awesome.
So is it funny? So what was
No,
it?
he's
What was your comedy
hilarious.
about, Mr.
No,
Al?
he's
Tell us.
Can you share a
No,
joke?
he
We wanna
pretends
know.
Like he's not
Hey,
funny.
man.
He's
We
like
want to
really
know.
stupid.
What was it? What was your?
Hilarious.
Man,
Give us
that's-
one. Give us
30
one.
seconds,
Couple
30
of lines.
bro, I can't just
Come on, one
pop
bar.
up like and
No,
just.
he was nervous, which is funny because he's on the radio.
Oh
every
man,
day.
you supposed to have your material
So
ready, man.
nervous.
I was nervous.
No,
that
you
was the
did
first
awesome.
time.
You did
So
poetry. So
awesome.
did you do poetry?
I did stand-up comedy.
You know, I always wanted to be a poet.
He had his
you know,
whole
a poet.
entourage with him.
You know.
He
Can
filled
you
half
give
the
us
place.
one joke?
Just-
I know
yeah.
it's one joke.
This is
Please,
a lot of
I ain't gotta.
pressure.
Yes, I ain't
Bust
gotta.
pipes and make diamonds.
Hey, listen. If you,
never know who's
if you
listening.
give us a couple of lines of joke, I'll say something.
Bro, you ain't even did Joe
Wait, you gonna
karaoke with the
sing?
wig. He owed us a karaoke with a wig.
Oh,
He
yeah,
lost
can,
it back.
can we host karaoke at your spot?
yeah,
So
for
we
sure.
because
Yeah.
he owes us a
Listen,
blonde wig.
If you
and he
do,
has to do
if you
karaoke.
do a little part, I'll
It
sing.
ain't no if. You
you
have to
owe
do
a debt.
this. You owe this.
First then.
Okay, go ahead. I'll
What is him
listen.
saying? You got to do with anything.
No, but I'm saying he don't want to do the comedy.
Can you sing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun"?
Oh no,
Thank you.
See, she just shut you down.
no.
I just wanted to.
But that, my sister and them love that movie though. What is that movie called? That song that was on that Girls Just Want to Have Fun. That's a movie
I feel like it's in every.
with Sarah
movie.
It's in
Jessica
a lot of
Parker
movies.
when she was younger. You remember that Girls Just Want to Have Fun? My sister and them used to watch that.
Hey, Cinco, decaf, brother. DK.
Hey man, don't get mad at me
Don't encourage
because
me.
my energy is here.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I did
I
ask her.
sell decaffeinated coffee too, right?
Yeah, we do.
Gotcha.
I did ask her myself afterwards. I said, are you just being nice or was it really funny? Because then
It seems like she's genuine about you being funny.
No, it really was hilarious.
You
no,
never,
it really,
you never made me
seriously
laugh
was
ever.
Really?
So it's a surprise.
Stop it.
Man,
No, he's
That's
hilarious.
something.
He never made me laugh. I might look at him and laugh, but he never made me laugh.
y'all take it back. Yeah, see how they do. You see how they do, man.
If that's the case, I done cracked up a whole lot of
You guys weren't
times.
there, so you don't get a vote in this.
Right. Y'all wasn't there. Y'all wasn't there.
You don't get
And we didn't even take any footage of it either. We didn't have any footage. We didn't record it.
One bar.
Look,
You've
man.
been thinking about it for 5
Come on,
minutes. I know it's
man.
coming back to you.
It was a dog and a cat. Come on, finish it.
Excuse me. Is there a joke that you remember?
I have a video of him.
Yes. Yes. We need to talk to our producers.
I was not
and have them
told.
get that video up ASAP.
I was not told of this video. What is going on, Brian? You didn't tell me you had footage.
Oh, see, hey, we got fouls on them, y'all.
I didn't.
I'm gonna find
We
this.
got fouls on them.
No, we're not going to find this. We're going to look.
Okay, you keep talking. I'll.
Wait, what is going on? What just happened right here?
I just want to know what the comedy skit was about.
This was months ago. She never told me she took footage or anything. Now all of a sudden, when she come in studio, she's gonna say she's got footage. I am shocked.
Hey, this was months ago?
Months ago.
Like when?
when was what? You do you remember how long ago this was?
That was when it was
5
cold,
months
wasn't
ago,
it?
or-
Yeah. It was still cold outside.
Oh man, you can remember that.
Yeah, it's like in March.
You can remember that.
Oh, I will. Don't worry, I'm finding it.
Anyway, because this is just took a turn for
The best.
The best.
Yes,
The best.
Yes, it's the best show ever.
man. I am shocked at what's
About
going
to
on right now.
expose Al.
Keep talking. Go ahead. I'm still searching.
If you
Keep talking.
if you want to call in and talk about Kawhi,
Or you want to
Leonard,
talk about his.
If you want to call in and you want to hear the
Talk about
video
it.
of
We can
Al,
talk about it.
call to
feel
the
like
show right now.
I feel
people.
like we need to talk about it more
We
because
do.
it
It was so
It-
awesome. You would have loved it.
suburb 708-445-9922, Indiana 219-933-9922, in Chicago
Chi-town.
773-288-9922.
with the Kawhi move. What I like about it is
Yeah.
the balance that it brought to the league.
Yeah.
Because
I
the
said
Golden
same
State
thing.
Warrior days are over
Yep.
with.
Yeah. Thank
The
you.
super team's over with. You
Yep.
still got the Lakers. Basically, they got a super team.
Yes.
If DeMarcus Cousins is healthy, they're a super team. Because we know LeBron needs super teams to compete. But what do you think about it? What it did for the league?
Hey, is the West is gonna be lit.
Yeah,
West is gonna be lit.
It is.
But if you
So
look
many
at
teams.
the Clippers team, Patrick Beverly, a dog at the point guard defensively.
You
Paul
right.
George, two-way player. Kawhi Leonard, two-way player.
Honestly-
Montrezl Harrell, dog.
I think
Patrick Beverly is going to be the alpha male on that
right,
team.
right. I think
I
they
don't
got
think
the
Kawhi or Paul George are alpha male personalities.
I think they got the best five far as defense.
Oh yeah, they locked down.
But defense wins games. But
You know what I love about it? Let's say LeBron climb his way back up to the mountaintop and the refs call some fouls for him and he takes some extra dosages during the season to make it to the conference finals. He got to go through Kawhi and Paul George. The two best players to ever have guarded him in this era of basketball.
okay.
Hey.
On one team.
So what you saying?
I put it like
I
this.
thought it was very simple and plain what I just said.
Who's gonna guard
Down
AD?
even further.
Who's okay? You could get on LeBron. all
AD
day.
is going to be a problem, but
Yes.
what I'm saying is he got to go up against Kawhi, Paul George, and that's what I'm interested.
I'll put it like this. Who's the favorite now? Who's the favorite? Because
I don't
at
think it
first
is.
I think the Lakers are the favorite.
we got our phone call. Let's take our first
I don't
phone
think
call.
it
See
is,
what
and
the
I
caller
think
got to
that's-
say.
I think that's what's so interesting.
Thanks for calling the Allen Powell Show. What's your name? Where you from? What's your comment?
This is Jay Camp from Temple, Crown Point.
What's going on, Jay
up?
Camp? What's going on, brother?
Champ?
Hey, I just want to say, I want to hear that video from Al.
Yes.
We working on that.
That's
Have
one
you-
call.
have
Hey,
you
we
found
need
the
about
video?
3 callers.
Working.
We need 3 calls to call in and ask about this video.
We
And
gonna
we
give it to
will
y'all.
expose Al.
We're going to
okay,
pick the
y'all.
phone up.
Is
So,
going
Jay Camp,
on?
thank you for being number 1, brother.
Jay Camp, I'm shocked at you, man.
I'd like to see you on the next show.
That's my vote.
Jay Camp, were you at Cafe Fresco for that open mic?
I wish I was.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry.
We need
Steve.
2 more callers,
It was
people. 2 more
January
callers.
18th, just so you know.
January 18th. Okay.
Hey man, thank you for that call. I guess.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. Hold on. Let me tell you what I did though. I did this very. I did a LeBron move. I was very strategic. I didn't tell too many people. I only
I know,
brought.
that was sneaky.
I brought.
That was so
I brought
sneaky.
the main supporters.
I understand, though.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
doing something new.
Yeah.
You don't want a lot of judgmental eyes on you.
Right.
I can understand.
Right. So I brought.
Downloading, don't worry.
What is going on? Bri-
Downloading.
I can't believe what's going on. If you all don't.
You asked me to be a guest on this show.
I did, but I didn't know that this was coming.
Once
I
it's
didn't know
downloaded,
this
you can
was
just
coming.
hold it up to the mic.
Well, look, while she doing that, I just want to give a quick shout out.
Okay.
Hey, but this is a good shout out though. I want to shout out to my man Al of the Allen Powell Show because y'all don't understand how much work this man put in for this show. This man be out getting the shirts out, putting flyers out, and it's called Allen Powell Show for a reason because this man put in, I can't even lie, he put in more work than all of us. So I just want to shout out to Al on his show, on our show.
Appreciate that, brother.
For being a good boss, stepping up, and doing whatever it takes to make this Allen Powell Show exist, and especially for inviting me on the show. So I want to say thank you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
That, man. I appreciate that.
Hats off to you, bro.
I
Respect,
appreciate
bro.
that, man.
I
That
invited
was-
you on the show, though.
He
But
did.
he the one that confirmed
No
it.
shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Tell the Truth too.
Oh.
Look, so let's talk about we got some baseball stuff that's going on.
Start from the beginning of his show, or do you want to just...
What?
Oh, she got the whole show. So listen, okay. What we can do is if we could do this,
I don't even know how this is.
could you send it to one of us, and then on the next show we're gonna
Oh, yeah, I'll send
do
it.
the.
She
I'll
can play
send
it right now on the microphone.
I'll send it.
good.
I
Okay.
can send it.
We need one joke on the microphone.
Brianne, what is going on?
Okay.
Oh my goodness, she got footage for real. What is
Quiet
going
down,
on?
audience. Quiet down, audience.
I'm about to just yell through the whole mic the whole time.
It's still downloading. We got some time. Move on.
I'm like la 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 la. All right, look, MLB baseball game is going on. Are you a baseball fan, Brianne?
I love baseball.
You love baseball?
I love baseball.
Really? Is that your favorite
She put
sport?
2 L's.
My favorite sport to watch live is baseball.
Really? That's the most
Love
booming
baseball.
sport in the
Shut
world to watch
up.
it live. It's like,
Oh, see, okay. All right, man.
but we can still play the audio, right?
The audio?
Yeah, we can play just one
Oh, look.
little snippet of the audio. If
Listen.
you want to see the video,
Don't worry, it's still
subscribe.
downloading, everyone.
If you want to see the footage of me doing stand-up comedy, subscribe to our channel on D3T
Oh, yeah, we're so uploading this.
TV, and you can see the
It's
footage.
going viral.
What is it again? What's the show?
D3T TV. Look up the Allen Powell Show, the channel, subscribe,
Subscribe.
and you'll be able to see the footage. I will allow it. Oh my goodness.
I'll put-
What is going on?
Can
I
we get
can't
30
believe
seconds?
it. Come on, man.
It's still
Is it on?
downloading. It's still
I hope-
downloading.
I
We're
hope-
only getting
Well,
the-
it's buffing.
I hope
Play what
it
you got.
keeps
Just play-
buffering.
It's
Give us a little
buffing.
snippet.
It's buffering.
It's
Good.
buffering.
Keep buffering.
You're saved.
I can't believe this.
Of course I documented. That was a big deal.
But you never told me.
It's my secret.
That's right.
You had a secret that you were performing, and I had a secret that I was recording.
Okay, back to this.
Okay,
Back to this
baseball.
baseball
Yes, I
thing.
love watching baseball.
So did you watch the home run derby Did you watch the home run derby? The home run derby went on last night. Do you watch the home run derby, or you just a fan of baseball?
I like watching it live.
Live.
Like, not on the TV. It's boring.
Can I ask?
Oh,
about
you
what-
like going to the
Oh,
games?
like going to the
You like
games.
going to the
my
games?
gosh.
I enjoy being
Oh
at
my
the
God.
game.
I cannot sit and watch it on TV. That is so
Got you.
boring.
'Cause it's a-
so
Yeah,
boring.
yeah.
But
So-
what's the difference between
Forever.
the only thing different between TV and being there live is the energy.
Yeah, and the
in
excitement.
the
And
stadium. Uh-oh.
it's buffering.
Yeah,
That's like, you know what? I wouldn't
worry
mind
about
going
that.
to a hockey game, seeing a live.
I went to a hockey game.
I heard that.
Fine.
Hockey game is really good live. But okay, so you like going to live games in person. So are you a fan of a team?
The Cubs.
Cubs. All right with me.
Upside.
Hard. But I love going to the Sox games too. The
Sox are
Cubs
cheap.
really have a special place in my heart, but the Sox, yeah.
All right, so you did good with that.
Yeah, I like the real cats.
Are y'all interested in the MLB Are y'all interested in the MLB All Star game? That's going on tonight?
Cats?
I know the real
Oh,
cat.
yeah, I
Yeah,
love the
Real
real
Cats.
Cats. I love that team.
You know my answer, right?
No.
Baseball is the most boring invention
even watch it?
in mankind.
I only watch it when it comes down to the World Series. I can't lie.
so good.
I watch when it.
Let's put it out to the people. Is baseball the most boringest sport around? Is that the most boring, or like golf?
Golf. I think
Yeah,
golf is.
golf
You
and
gotta
hockey.
play golf
Yeah.
to like it.
Yeah.
Hockey,
And
no.
hockey is
No.
pretty bad on
Yeah.
TV too, but live hockey is good.
I've never been to a
We
live
got some
hockey.
comments from some of the fans on Facebook.
Okay, what you got?
Jay Riley says NBA is going to be great this year for everybody but the Bulls. I have to
Bulls
agree.
was so with the
He also
Bulls.
wants to know what's the number to call from Indianapolis. Jay Riley, now you know that you got a cell phone.
Put it in the comments for me when you get a chance.
Okay.
But yeah, if you got a cell phone, you can call any three of the numbers 708
Put the area code first, brother.
Alan
9922.
Gaines says no hockey, no soccer. I agree 100%.
Yeah, soccer's pretty
Soccer.
bad too.
I
Yeah,
can't
no
watch.
soccer.
I love watching my son play soccer. He
Oh,
plays
that's
soccer,
fun.
and those
Children
are
playing
exciting.
is
Hey, you ever see them fighting in soccer? They be kicking the mess out of
Oh,
each
yeah,
other,
they-
bro.
they
I
get
be
it.
like, he kicked him in the shin. I'm like, oh, bro, I know that hurt.
CJ James says LeBron didn't start it. Boston started it with the big three. That's
They
not
wasn't
true.
even
They
in
was
their
at
prime,
the end
right.
of their career. LeBron is always trying to get people in their prime, top five.
Okay,
players
so
in the
what
NBA
can you?
of all
Okay,
time.
so what can you say about Kawhi? He went and got a superstar. He went and
got
got
one.
Paul
If you wanna-
George.
if you wanna
So
cri-
what?
if you wanna-
got somebody.
If you want to criticize
So what?
him, I'm okay with that.
And I
say
said at the
somebody.
beginning of the show, I lost a little bit of respect.
Then
for him
Jimmy
from-
Butler is with the Heat. They trying to get Westbrook.
Jimmy
He
didn't
went over
try
there
to
by
get them.
himself. He went over there by himself.
They're trying to get Russell Westbrook.
The team
But he
was
had
trying
nothing to
get
do
him
with that. He
out.
went over there by himself.
You need to
But-
think your thoughts.
but look,
Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
So
They did it.
I'm
If
okay
you wanna
with
criticize
teaming up
him.
with two. I mean, that's what the NBA.
Oh man, you just be hating on LeBron. Just be hating on him, man. Come on,
LeBron
man.
just tried to get
Come on,
Kawhi
man.
Leonard
Hey,
and
brother,
Anthony
it's a
Davis.
disease, brother. It's a disease.
The swelling
I
in
want-
your
I
knees
got-
is a disease.
I got a question though. Back to baseball real quick. So the home run derby went on last night, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit 91 home runs in the home run derby. But one of the pitchers that's playing in the All-Star game, he said that the balls are juiced.
Yeah.
The balls are juiced up,
Of course they are.
and he don't like it as a pitcher. He don't like it. And so my question is, you're a baseball fan. Do you believe that the balls are juiced now? That they're specifically made for more home runs? Do you believe that
I
they
feel like more
doctor
home runs get more views, so they would do
Right.
what they can to get the balls
Right.
to go hit more home runs.
Ladies love the long.
Dude,
ball.
I was about to ask, do chicks really dig the long ball? You know, that was a saying that was going around, like chicks did the long ball. Do they?
What is? I never heard of that.
You never heard that saying?
No,
Wait, they say chicks
Dig the long ball.
ball.
Yeah.
Which is home
Yes.
run.
I don't think we should be saying that.
Isn't it saying for everyone, girls
That's
and
not a.
boys?
That
I
wasn't.
don't think
That wasn't.
I think y'all got it mixed
That was-
up.
That was.
Chicks did
what?
the long ball. It used to be a saying.
That was a
We not
saying.
saying
I'm
that
not
on
saying.
this show.
I'm saying.
Hey, but what I'm saying is I never heard of that, bro.
Oh,
Never heard of
It's
it.
exciting for anyone. It gets ratings, so I feel like they would do all they can to get more home runs.
And they've been doing it in every sport. We know in basketball, they taking the physicality away and they spread out the floor. In football, they taking the physicality away. You can't really hit nobody. They're doing it in every sport because we're coming into a new generation. And these new kids are impatient. And baseball are not gaining a lot of new fans because of the new generation. You
Gotcha.
know, it's a microwave generation, so they got to speed it up.
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
They is trying
You
to-
ain't
they
lying
trying to do
about
different
that.
things.
You ain't lying about
I've never
that.
lied about anything.
So
Some
Didn't you hear
things.
the name?
Some things.
Tell the
that's
truth.
not true. Anyway,
All day.
word from our sponsors. Are you looking for a DJ? DJ Bucci does all events. He specializes in house music, stepping, reggae, R&B, hip hop, and gospel. So if you have an event coming up, look up DJ Bucci, Bouchee, DJBucci.com or DJBucci@gmail.com. 773-824-8368. So that's the DJ. If you got an event coming up, any type of event, check him out.
I gotta read this. I gotta read this.
we got a caller calling in, man. Thanks for calling the Allen Powell Show. What's your name? Where you from? What's your comment?
I said decaf.
Riley, man, what's going on with you?
Jay Riley, what you know no good, brother?
Hey, man, I'm just happy to be calling, man. I got to speak on the NBA.
What you got for me?
Man, first of all, I just like to say what Kawhi Leonard did, that was weak too. I don't care what they say.
Okay.
Him going over there and bringing Paul George in, definitely a weak move.
Would it have been weaker? I'm sorry. Would it have been weaker if he had went to the Lakers?
I mean, he said he wanted to go home. He said he wanted to go to the Lakers. Well, was the reports. But then he just up and did his own thing. Then brought his guy with him. I don't know, man. I think that was kind of a weak move. Kind of. But it did bring balance to the NBA.
It seemed like you would have been okay if he went to the Lakers.
Is he a Laker fan?
You know what, man?
I wouldn't have liked that though.
I'm kind of a LeBron fan, too. So I was
Thanks,
like
brother.
LeBron to win one in L.A., you know, but now it's questionable.
Wait, first of
So
all,
you wanted 3 of the top 5 players in the NBA to team
On the
up.
same team.
But because he wanted one all-star to come with him, that's weak.
and he's breaking a cardinal rule that he know about that we talked about on a previous show.
What's that?
He's supposed to be a Bulls fan, but at the same time, a LeBron
Well,
fan.
we just had one of the
Can't do that.
We just had one of our listeners comment that they thought that the Bulls got drafted into the G League this year. That was one of the comments on Facebook. I just had to read it out.
I got you. We back. But Jay Riley, you know, if you're a diehard Bulls fan, you're not supposed to be a LeBron James fan. You know that, right?
Man,
Hey, man.
I've been a Bulls fan for 34 years, but this year I decided, man, I might defect, and I'm going to go on over to the New Orleans Pelicans because I just can't stand the Bulls management. It's just ridiculous.
It is.
The moves they
Man,
make.
but you just said like 3 different teams.
Hey, this
brother.
is a
I
good
got you.
statement too. Allen Gaines. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, bro, man. Appreciate you.
All right.
Let me get this point across real quick. I want to get one point across. And I want to read the comment.
Okay, go ahead.
This also reveals the fact that Kawhi Leonard faked that injury with the Spurs
Why you say that?
because his whole motive with the Spurs was to go to L.A. He went to a team and won a championship, and they were going to give him free dinner for life, a free condo for life. He was basically going to be a king of Canada.
He still played hurt.
And he went still with his plan to go to L.A. So that was his plan at the end of the day. If you can't win a championship and keep a player,
Right.
his motive from the beginning was to go to L.A. That injury had nothing to do with it.
And you
I
said
do
your
want to read
comment?
this comment.
Yeah.
I think it's right. He said Paul George is the weak one because he let another man talk him into breaking his word and his commitment to go join him
Right.
in another team.
Just
I
like
agree with
KD
that.
did.
People been breaking, but
That's
lately
right.
people
He
been
did.
breaking their words
He
all
had
over the place.
3 years left on his contract, and he just did that to Monte and the Pacers.
Right.
Like you
Right.
can't keep doing that, bro. Like you're
Yeah.
not a man of your word. If you
You
make a
ain't.
commitment, at least wait till it's a year, and then you start talking. They had 3 years left on this deal.
You saying wait for a year left on the contract?
Yeah, because in that sense, if I got a year left, it's kind of good for me to tell the team, hey,
Get
I'm not
something
coming
for
back,
him.
get
Yeah,
something for
got
me.
you.
You
Right.
got 3 years left. You're breaking up the franchise's whole plan.
Gotcha. We're gonna get back to our special guest of the evening, who's trying to throw me under the bus a little bit, which I'm shocked about. I thought I never
Trying
saw
to
this
promote
coming.
you. I'm your manager.
Al the comedian. I
Promoting you. It's called promotion.
That's right. She right. She
Listen,
right.
I'm taking the residual.
She gonna open other avenues for you,
oh,
man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm shocked at
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on right now.
Catch Al Friday night.
Let's talk about more of what you do at Cafe Fresco in the community. Can you tell the people about the sleeves that you put on your beverages for the customers? Tell them what you do and how did you come up with that?
So we handwrite on all the sleeves. So we write inspirational messages on all the coffee sleeves. And we started it when we first opened 6 years ago, writing out of boredom, just like passing time, writing on the coffee sleeves. And then it became like a thing. And the customer would come in, they're like, I want a sleeve that has something on it.
Right.
So like, you know what, we're going to do it on every sleeve. Like,
Right.
we're just going to write on every sleeve because it makes people's day. Like, to see that little inspiration, they're
Yeah,
just,
that's what's up.
it's awesome.
And I was going to ask, I seen some footage of people saying how much it's blessed them to see stuff like that. How does that feel when you get those type of like testimonies of people coming to you and saying those different type of things?
Well, it's crazy to see like stuff that I've been doing naturally or stuff that I've been doing with the cafe. Like, it's been such a blessing to so many people around the community. It's just like, it's a crazy feeling because that's how I was raised, and just like trying to inspire everyone or trying to like be the good in the world or spread kindness. And it's how I was raised, what was instilled in me. And so to people say that like I'm a blessing or like they're so amazed or thankful. I'm like, well, it's my parents. You know,
Right.
my parents raised me like this.
You
So.
just
They
doing
did a
it
good
naturally.
job.
Well,
They
and
did
that's
a
what's
good job.
crazy though, because I'm just doing the same with my brothers. Like we all just do this, and people just are. I
And
don't
you-
know, and I think that's kind of sad though, because that means there's such a lack of it in the society, you know. And that's what's hard for me, because I'm like, if people are so impressed by that and they think it's such a blessing, that means it's really lacking.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
Right.
unfortunate.
That's facts.
Right. So that's one thing that you do, but you also do other things. So I'm gonna go down a little list. Now you have a tip jar that you have.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people about the tip jar?
So it's called the Community Love Jar, and every week we donate the tips to someone in the community that needs it. So it just depends on what situations we hear about. Recently, we've been cutting a woman's grass. We have put a down payment on a car. We've paid someone's rent. We just bought groceries last weekend for a family. Just whatever the need is, whatever we hear about, and whatever way we can give back. It's just like there's not enough people giving back to other people, and for us to be able to give back on such a large scale is amazing, because we can affect so many people. We can help so many people. We just need to hear about the needs, and that's what I tell people. We have tons of resources. We just need to hear about the needs.
Wow. Wow. So, and there's footage of this on YouTube if you want to see it. What they could just look up your name.
Yeah, it's on the CBS YouTube. Yeah.
CBS YouTube, or look up Brianne Zolfa. I think if they just look up your name, it'll show up as well. So
Yep.
you all can see the works that she's doing in the community. That's why I said a pillar of the community. I was not joking when I saying that she's out here working and doing all types of stuff. And so once again, Cafe Fresco, 1 North Court Street, Crown Point. Y'all need to go visit this place, support her and her mission and everything that she's trying to do.
Yep.
Because she's out here really doing well. I think it was great that you was able to come on this show, the Gospel Station, and it was like right on time, because I think we need to do more, hear more stories like that. And
I feel like people need that, and like I'm inspired by all the people we help. You know, like everyone we help is so thankful, so appreciative, and I'm like, you guys are my inspiration. Like you guys are just so grateful, and to have like genuine gratuity and
Right.
genuine like thankfulness and kindness is amazing, because it's like you go through life and maybe you don't interact with people who are like genuinely kind or genuinely genuine. And so to have that like breath of fresh air to like see all the people that we're impacting, I'm like, you guys are my inspiration.
right.
Like
what's
you're
up.
just like so genuine and so kind, and like that's awesome.
And she has as you see, she has a humble spirit. She's amazed at the gratuity that's being shown, but the act that she's doing is really big. So I guess if people want to help with the cause or donate or anything they can help with the cause, how can they continue to help with what you're doing?
So we have a community love page on Facebook where we post all the needs and all of the ways that we're giving back, so that people can be aware. And it's crazy. I feel like a genie on that page, because like we post something and the next day the cafe's filled with stuff of whatever we posted.
Wow.
Like last week we posted that we needed baby food, and the whole back room is filled with baby food and
that's beautiful.
diapers, and like it's so crazy. It's like
Right.
the craziest thing. Like we post anything on that page, and
And
the
it's
next day it's in
just
there.
like
We
that.
needed grocery gift cards this weekend, and we posted it. Hey, we need grocery gift cards. This family really needs
Mm-hmm.
groceries, and people just flocked and
That's
dropped off
cool.
so many grocery gift cards.
You know what's amazing to hear about that? Because when you get on social media, you see all the negativity and how social media is used. Like, this is really what it should be used for. It should be used for us to come together and help each other out. And that's beautiful to hear. It
It's
really
crazy.
is. Yeah.
Like it feels surreal every time that something like that happens.
That's a
because
blessing.
anytime we need anything, we post it the next day.
It's there.
It's filled in the cafe with stuff. Like it's just crazy.
I
There's
think
so many good people.
I think the greatest thing is when somebody gives something and not expect nothing back. I think that's because I mean, you know, sometimes you would give somebody something and be like, man, you know, thinking you're gonna get something back. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think that's the greatest gift a person can have. Just like give something and
Well,
like,
it's
man,
so rewarding to know
yeah,
like you're changing
just the
someone's
feeling.
life.
Yeah,
you know?
just the
Feel
feeling
that
of it.
feeling is like worth
Yup.
it in itself.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's dope.
It's
That's
awesome.
dope.
Yeah.
Brianne Zolfo once again is in the building, from owner of Cafe Fresco, in with the Alan Powell Show on Rejoice 102.3. We had a fan question on Facebook, and we like to answer the fans. If you all ever want to ask us a question and want us to give y'all an answer or a take or anything like that, go to our page, the Allen Powell Show page, put a question, or look at one of us up on Facebook, Instagram, ask us a question, and we'll try to get it on the show. One of the guys said, what is the best big three in NBA history? Like we got big threes like, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And so
What about Shaquille O'Neal?
Shaquille
Michael
O'Neal.
Jordan.
I think that was a big two. I think those were
Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe.
The best big
Kobe
three was
Bryant.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman.
That was up there.
Dennis Rodman. I loved him.
You like Dennis?
He was so awesome.
Yeah.
He blazed his own
She dozing
trail. I
off
just
again,
love
y'all.
him.
She looking up. She
No,
looking
really,
up.
he blazed his own trail and he
did.
stood out. And I'm like,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that time, like it was not as like common
Right,
to like blaze your own
right.
trail, and you just did it.
Yeah.
He definitely
Like,
blazed
that's
his own
crazy.
trail. He definitely blazed his own trail. But that's a good three. Another three was Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, of course. That was another big three. And then it was like Kareem, Magic, and I think Worthy. They was up there. So that was a question that was posted on Facebook. So if you all want to comment, call in, give me your best big three.
I got
you
another
can.
big three.
What you got?
Moses, Job, and Michael. That's me and my brothers. Big three.
His name is Job, for
Big
real.
three.
That's Job.
Job 6'2", Mike 6'2", Moses
told you,
6'10".
put him
That's
off the
a
show
big three right there.
Long time ago. I told
That's
you.
a big three, brother.
like him.
Shouts out to my brothers.
You
Moses,
can take them in
Michael.
doses. See, you're dealing with a dose of it, but you can be overdosed by this.
You can have the radio show at the
Ridiculousness.
cafe.
You hear me?
You guys can come
Okay,
to the
that's
cafe.
gonna be on Thursday night. So tune in Thursday night.
When you show up at the cafe,
and our production
I'll be
company,
there.
D3 TV,
I'll be there.
he goes.
Cafe Frisco,
I'll be there.
Cinco Show.
He gonna show up to the cafe.
It's a spinoff of the Allen Powell Show.
He's gonna show up there and you remember that Martin episode
Be there.
with he told you just because I said come out here, I ain't really mean come out here.
Cool, Al. So when you fire me, I'm going over to Cafe Frisco.
I got some comments. You want to hear them?
Go ahead.
DeAndre Stewart says it's just a business though. Y'all not taking into account players are looking to make money and legacy and championships and the reminders. I agree. He also says I am an NFL fan, but I am more excited about the NBA season for real. This free agency has been the best one hands down. I agree. Looking
This
into the
free agency,
season,
yeah.
because who's gonna win the championship in the NBA? For the last 5 years, what have we said?
Golden State.
Golden State Warriors.
State, yeah.
This year,
It's
it's a drama.
unpredictable.
It's up in the air.
It's gonna be up in the air.
It's up in the
definitely.
air.
So we got a couple of extra stories we had to get to. We had a 15-year-old tennis player.
Oh, Coco.
Coco.
I like her.
Coco was out here. She's not even ranked. Did you play tennis coming up?
I played in high school a
Thanks,
little
like I'm a
bit.
star athlete.
I don't know. I just asked. You never know.
Did y'all ever know I played tennis?
You play tennis?
Yeah,
Were you any good?
I won a conference championship.
I played backyard tennis.
It wasn't hard because not a lot of people in Gary was playing.
It's like there was two
like
people.
two players?
Yeah.
I won a conference championship and I won like a sectional in doubles.
I don't believe him.
That's one sport.
I don't believe
Honestly, I wish I would have started early with.
I don't believe
I
him.
don't lie. What am I just gonna come in and lie
I
for,
don't.
man?
You need video footage.
I don't believe you. I'm just stating my opinion. I don't believe you, Mr. Tell the
Did you
Truth.
play any tennis?
I played backyard tennis. Yes.
Ain't no back. He ain't never even
Wait,
had a
what
tennis
school did
racket
you
in
go
his
to?
life.
I played
Horseman.
backyard tennis, bro.
Where's that at?
Horseman Gary.
It's closed down now.
Yeah.
Oh, close.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of our schools have
Yeah,
closed in
yeah.
Gary.
Horseman was the first
Only one
one.
is open is West Side now.
Man.
Horseman was the
yeah.
first high school they closed.
Yeah, Horseman.
I said, get him out of here.
One that's open
Only
now is
school
West
in
Side.
Gary.
That's the only school that's
Yeah,
there.
it's all.
That's bad.
What do they call those? Charter schools. now.
Charter schools.
Which
yeah.
I like the charter schools.
Those are
idea,
nice.
but
Yeah.
But
it kind of destroys a community.
I want to talk about Coco. She was 15 years old. She beat Venus Williams, and she wasn't even ranked. She got like a voucher to come just play,
Let's see what you can do.
and she ended up making it pretty far.
Yeah.
15 years old.
He dope.
Confidence
That's
booster.
dope. They should give her own cereal now.
I was watching her.
Eat
and
Cocos.
She got some game.
That's right. Eat Cocos. Hey, what's up? You know how they had Wheaties? They put everybody on, give her own cereal.
You're gonna get a call from the FCA after that one. Move on.
Another story. Moving on. The women's soccer national team won the World Cup. They won the World Cup, and then they heard chance of equal pay. Reports is they're making $30 million, and the men are making, I believe, $400 million.
It's a capitalistic society, correct?
Now, but wait. Now, usually it's a reason why it's a disparity between, like, say, NBA, WNBA, because they don't have the
They don't bring in the audience.
They don't bring in the audience. But I believe in the World Cup, it's not that.
But it is. They've released the numbers, and it is.
What's the numbers?
I don't have the numbers per se. I could look them up for you, but there's a disparity between the income that's generated when the man play versus the income that's generated when the females play.
Let me ask you, as the female on the panel, do you have a issue with the disparity of money that's coming in for the women's soccer team and the men's soccer team?
I feel like it depends on talent. If it's equal talent, it should be equal pay.
But
so what do you mean by equal talent?
I don't.
Like if the level of talent is equal, it should be equal pay.
That's
like
not how capitalism works. Like you can have the best restaurant in the world, but if you're not generating
yeah,
profits,
but if it's female owned and male owned, and you're generating the same amount of money, you should be making the same salary.
Right,
I agree with that.
The same thing. If your talent is the same level as a guy, you should be making the same amount of money.
Yeah.
If you're worse, if the guy's worse, the girl's worse, like you should make less money. That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Because I was looking up the story. It didn't say nothing about that. They don't bring in the same.
Yeah, but usually women make less.
But I'm just saying, usually in soccer, like it's so much of a different audience. Like they just come, like soccer is a different
it's the
animal.
biggest sport in
You know
the
what I
world.
mean? It's not like NFL.
But I don't know if they would have that many viewers though, and don't they base the viewers on the money
and
they
then you have
would
to
make?
think about television. Like it, there. I saw the report too, and I agree on some arguments. But at the end of the day, this is capitalism. Like if this produces this amount of income, and this produces this amount, then you're going to get this share. You're going to get this share, and you got to think about TV money. Like they produce more income, so they're getting paid more.
Gotcha. It was an interesting story, and you know they was chanting equal pay, and they said they was going to start. You know, they're going to come to the table and I guess like demand.
Yeah, the
more money.
WNBA has came to the table too.
No, WNBA can't do that. They can't.
But it's the same thing, bro. Like,
but you can look
the
on
same exact argument.
Well, I
you
guess
can look on TV, bro. It don't hardly be nobody in the.
That's the thing with the WNBA. You can
WNBA
see
game you watch.
that they don't have
Even last
the
WNBA
audience.
game you
to
watch.
support.
You're a basketball fan,
Well, and that's
right?
why they
don't
might
watch
not be able to make
WNBA.
that much money then.
Right.
Because they don't have the support that they need in advertising and viewers, and they just can't pay them
That's
that
just
much.
how capitalism works.
Right. But that's and then the fact that they won the World Cup, I know that's a little extra.
That was dope. I like watching all they celebration videos.
Yeah.
I was getting it in.
Yeah.
They said one of the girls put on her thing a Nipsey Hussle line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of the girls who won, like she put on her thing a Nipsey Hussle out of one of his songs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He inspired a lot. He inspired a lot of people. So let's get to this guy's new segment.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you the floor, brother. The floor is all yours.
What's up? Hey, we gonna have this little segment with Cinco. This segment is called "Look at God." You hear me? Like you ever had somehow when you just like on a journey, right? You just looking for something. You've been looking for something for so long, all right, and it never happens. You go out, you try to look for it, it does not ever happens. So one day I went out, right, not even looking, and it appeared. Do you know what happened to me, people?
What happened?
I found the cap that fits my head.
What, the cap? You talking about
a baseball cap that fits my
He's
head.
never found the
Wait,
baseball
I've
cap.
been searching for about 5-6 years. Ask my wife. I go in the store with my wife. I put on the cap, can't fit it.
Have you ever seen his head?
Put on the cap, can't.
They have custom hats.
Look at my head.
Not for that.
Yeah,
So wait.
I got a skadome.
Let's talk
All
about
right?
this. This story, this hat that you're talking about. This is a random
Bro,
hat.
This hat
You
right
talking
here,
about-
I got on my
So
head.
you talking about you went in
I
the
put
store?
the hat on. I said, I felt like Bruce Leroy with the glow. I put the hat on like,
What you say? Look at God.
look
huh?
at God.
So you
I can
finally
fit this hat.
So you saying you finally went to a store and
I
found
finally,
that hat.
I ain't gonna name the store, but I went to the store and I was in there with my daughter. But a week before, let me tell you how.
So
stuff
no
works.
hats fit?
No hats fit. I tell my wife a week before. I said, baby, I'm finna get my cap game back on, but I gotta find some caps that fit my head.
Right.
You hear me? So I go into the store with my two daughters, and bro, I looked at it, and it had a glow on it, bro. I heard the Bruce Leroy song come on in the background. When you got that glow, you fit.
And
I put the hat on and I just start. My daughters was like, Daddy, you glowing.
So let's talk about the previous time you tried on hats. Like, can you like walk us through what that like?
Man, bro, I didn't
Like,
see.
how does this go?
Okay,
You go
man.
in the store,
So
you
look,
see a hat.
No, listen. Now I'd have been to Liz. I'd have been to all these stores, bro. So I went in Liz one time and the man said, man, you gotta order your hats. Your hat's so big, you gotta order your hats. I said, what?
Yeah.
I said, I gotta order my
I
hats.
understand. Like you
So I
wanna be able to
gave
go
up.
into a store
I
and just
gave
pick out
up
a hat.
on it, bro. I gave up on it.
Yeah.
And then about a week ago, I told my wife, I said, baby, I'm finna get my cap game back right. But I don't know where to go get a cap from.
So why you not gonna name the name of the store, because that's a positive thing?
I think it was one of them stores that
I went to Ross, bro.
clothes.
I went to Ross.
Forum clothes.
I went to Ross.
Oh man, what? There
Yeah.
you go. It's saying on the
Hey,
package.
put the camera on the hat. I bought these hats
Is it on
for
their packages?
$11 at
It look
Ross.
like the one side
They say
might be longer
deformed?
than- It says one side may be
See,
longer than the other.
Jeez.
I'm just defining it as
Hey,
deformed.
hey,
How do we
I
get
don't
Alan
care.
Pals
I don't
hats?
care what happened.
How do we
I
get
put the
those?
hat on.
They fit everybody.
And the hat worked. Look at God. You hear me?
Look at God, y'all. That's Cinco segment. That's Cinco segment for
Thank
you.
you for tuning in, people.
And
For the Cinco segment.
We're gonna
Look at
dig
God.
deeper. We're gonna dig deeper in those previous stories he tried on hats, and how did that go? Was he sad?
It can happen. It can happen for you too.
Look, he's an inspiration.
I'm go into my segment called "Come to Church with Me." This is where I tell you all some nuggets of something I got from church this past Sunday. And so, in this segment, "Come to Church with Me," the message was about mentorship, and he was cautioning people to, just because you have longevity or you have wisdom, don't mean you're supposed to mentor everybody. Because when you try to mentor somebody, you're taking on their baggage, all their situation that they got going on. So he was saying that if you have not got a direct word from God, he will caution you to mentor, but you can still help them. You don't always have to mentor. Sometimes you can just be there to help them. As Brienne has talked about what she does, she's helped a lot of people. Sometimes you can just help, and you can still be a blessing just by helping. So that was just some little nuggets that from the last service. We about to get on up out of here. One more time, Cafe Fresco, owner Brienne Zolfo, 1 North Court Street, Crown Point, Cafe Fresco. Go check her out. If you want to sponsor a show, get in touch with us. Subscribe to YouTube. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. D3TTV if you want to see me doing stand-up
Subscribe
comedy.
for his comedy show.
There you go.
Tune in.
For Cinco,
Be
Mr. Tell
blessed,
the
y'all.
Truth. For Brienne, we are out of here. Thank you all for joining us. See y'all next
Peace.
week.